Justin Earlier, and we are here with Thomas Weaver, and he has an interesting story. 65% of his church is Hispanic, and I just want to start with kind of an obvious question. What do they think about you? Here's this white guy coming in, ministering to them. What is that like? And then maybe some principles that could help folks that are wanting to do the same.
That's a very good question. In McAllen, Texas, where we have our church, it's actually about 89% Hispanic, so our numbers are behind the curve if we're looking to mirror our culture and where we live. Yeah, they do think I'm a little crazy, and actually I am. When we came into the area, I was not a believer. I had a freight business. When I came to Christ, it changed everything for me. Began to do ministry locally. I think what our church sees in me and also my executive pastor, we're both white, but we're also in our city for life. We're not going anywhere. And honestly, let me just tell you a little secret. Where we live is not a place you would pick. It's dry, it's dusty, it's hot, it's scary, it's violent. Yet it's also filled with people that love family, love each other, understand their culture well, don't want to leave either because of the ties they have to that community. And so in our communication with our church and our people, we constantly think about the pronouns we use. We don't say you, we say we. Our city, this is how we feel, this is where we are going. And we let them know continually that we're not going anywhere, that we're here for life. That's the kind of things I think all of us want to hear from our parents, and what our children need to hear is, hey little girl, hey young man, I'm your daddy, I'm your mama for life, I'm not going anywhere.
That's good. Well, surely, even with the proper perspective, this is hard gospel work. What are some of the obstacles that you've had to overcome to see this effectiveness?
When we started our church, our area, Hidalgo County, South Texas, 1 million plus people, the average age is 29 years old. Extremely young, and that's not driven by the upper age demographic, it's driven by the lower. Education is starting to flourish in our areas. Colleges are jumping off the chain, going from a very low income to now a higher income. So we intentionally went after the dudes, because if you get the man, you get the family. And so we have targeted men in that age group to love on them and serve them. They come in having a worldview, maybe a Christian worldview, that Christ is for me, and once I've received him, then I'm good. And so we have to shake that up and say, no, listen, actually it's not about you at all. That if the milk of the gospel is gospel in, then the meat of the gospel must be gospel out. And you are called to live the rest of your life now in service to your family, to your community. That's hard to give to a people that are very used to, exactly where I come from, to having everything done for them. And so that causes a lot of offense. But in the process of us doing church, just being clear with that in our love and our care, we have seen men and women come to a saving knowledge in Jesus. We have seen the atheist, we have seen people in adult entertainment industry come in. We have a lot of drug dealers, ex-drug dealers in our church. We have people that had no reference for Jesus at all come into a place where now he is their Savior. He's wrecked their life, and now they're living in a way that's radically different than what they ever thought they would.
That's great. Well, brother, if you had one thing to share with these guys that are watching this, either about that or anything in ministry, what would that one thing be?
In ministry, I would say if you're looking for a vocation, then you've come to the wrong place. To be a pastor, to be a minister is a calling. If you're not called, don't do it. If you are called, realize that you're going to have a life filled with stress, with pain, with hurt, with joy, with pleasure. You're going to age quicker than you should, and there's constantly going to be tension in your life. Now, after having said that, if there's still a desire for you to do it, then pick up your cross and follow Jesus.
That's good. Well, brother, I appreciate that counsel.
Thank you,
guys
Justin.
will as well.
Appreciate it.
Take care.